but we can be real quick about it. Ravens coming into this game 8-3. You have a Chargers team. The losers of two in a row. But we talked about this, Jeff. Did we not talk about this? We talk about this every week. The Chargers are a team that will win two in a row, then lose two in a row. They'll win one, then lose one. Win three, then lose three. This is how this team operates. And it seems like when you look at their schedule, you know when they're going to lose and you know when they're going to win. And I feel like looking at the last 7 games of their schedule this year, to be honest with you, Jeff, I honestly see it as possibly a 6-1 on the way out or a 5-2 on the way out. And this team winds up finishing 9-8, at worst 8-9 this year. But they're not going to win 10 games this year. I don't know why. I don't think that's going to happen. But the Chargers are the only team I can say right now who's 4-6 that could actually sheet their situation as well too, if they played up to it. But we know they're not. But one thing I'm going to say, though, is I know you're probably going to laugh at me when I say this, but you know what? Shout out to Brandon Staley. Thank you for standing up for yourself. These media folks, they think they know everything that there is to know because they played a game of Madden in their life. And you know what? Playing defense in the NFL nowadays is really hard compared to how it used to be back in the day. And I would say this, if I got a coach that has me in the game every single week, he's not getting beat by 30 like some of these other coaches that have comfort, you know what I mean? He's losing the game by a field goal or something of that nature, or just a boneheaded play from a player, not from him. But last week, you can't even put the loss on Staley. You had Keenan drop 2 end zone touchdowns. You had Eckler's fumbling the ball at the 5-yard line, 2-yard line, and you already said it, Jeff. QJ, what a waste right now. I know he'll get better, but that catch right there is supposed to be your defining catch that makes you, a part of the team, that makes you a star. That's what gets you these $1 million contracts right here and not cut in your 4th year. And Sunday was just really sad to see him drop that ball after finally being able to be really put into the game plan. And it showed that he wasn't ready. And I was like, and that's kind of bad for Herbert at the end of the day. And you got this Ravens team. They're moving well. They're doing well. They're doing great. They're playing great football right now. They had a bit of a hiccup against the Browns, and then they bounced back 3 days later, kind of got themselves a bit of a charity situation with Herbert getting hurt. But you know what? They get 10 days off. That was absolutely needed, because if this team had to play on 7 days rest instead of 10 days rest, they wouldn't be a 4-point favorite. Let's keep it real. So them getting 3 extra days makes them the favorite here. I think that makes them vulnerable here, because pretty much what happens here is they're a little bit rested and they still haven't fixed their actual problems yet. They need to go ahead and go get themselves another tight end as well too. And I don't know if their offense is going to be as potent as it is when you got Mark Andrews in there, because he is, as Jeff always says, he's his Binky. You know what I mean? And so pretty much without his Binky, it's going to be pretty tough, because you know what? You can only do so many curls and stunts with our boy Flowers, and then you can only do so many goes with OBJ. So pretty much I think that, the Chargers, if they can shut down this run situation, which shouldn't be hard, I think they should be in this one. I'm going to take them with the +4. You can't trust them with a money line. We know that, Jeff, but I'm going to take them with the +4.
There's no bigger supporter than Justin Herbert in this land than myself. And what I witnessed on Sunday, Keenan Allen, who had 10 catches, drops one right at the goal line that hit him directly in the numbers, blames the sun. Austin Eckler fumbles on the 4-yard line, who is just a shell of himself. They don't even use him in the passing game, still hurt. Pizza pan hands, Quentin Johnson drops a potential 60-yard touchdown to end the game. It's just, what does it – pizza pan hands, yeah. And I feel for Herbert, but as we know, and Staley's heard and seen enough, and I was wrong thinking that Kellen Moore was going to turn this into something, Boza now hurt. I have to get off the train. And the fact, though, big hole in Baltimore with no Mark Andrews. Isaiah Likely and Charlie Kohler are going to have to step up there. Look for a big Keaton Mitchell game. The Gus Bus just keeps scoring. Zay Flowers, OBJ, if healthy. Bateman scored last week. The Ravens got to be looking at the landscape of the AFC and if they keep winning and the Kansas City gets one more hiccup, they could be having to go through Baltimore, which will not be easy. I bought the hook. The Ravens down to 3.5. My true number on this game was 4 with a 46.5, down to 3.5, 47. Money coming in on Herbert and the bounce back home game there. I like this game right around there, 27-21 pops.
All right. And you know what? Real quick, I'm gonna keep it real with you though about the Chargers. One thing about the Chargers, they don't talk about it enough because the back end's so bad. This is why I keep saying the Chargers defense isn't bad. The back end of the Chargers defense is bad. They're second in sacks, and Joey Bosa is not the leader in sacks for this team either. Joey Bosa is been good, but Morgan Fox, Tupi, and Khalil Mack, these guys, they rush the passer as well too. And I don't think that it's going to be that much of a fall off for their pass rush. I think that what they need to do is they need to figure out who they can implement, who they can put into that secondary that's not going to be making bozo decisions. And you know what? Derwin James needs to be a better leader. You know what I mean? Derwin James makes way too many excuses as is. You know what I mean? And a lot of the mistakes on defense are on him. He gets burnt, then he has a bad penalty. Then he gets blown up on a block. It's just a lot of bad things. I think that the Chargers will probably need to move on from that contract because he's getting paid a lot of money, and it's just not worth it. They can go ahead and get somebody cheaper through the draft, in my opinion. But let's go ahead. I know you're being patient for me, Jeff, and we won't even do the highlight. But you know what? Let's keep it real. We got